Hey, what's up? This is Ross again, and I am going to do a review that's going to be a little different this time. And I am back for another review, and sorry, but I'm not feeling well right now. But I am going to do a review that's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to review a movie that I don't have, but have seen. Alright. Okay, so I think I did like a review a while back ago on the Apocalypse trilogy for John Carpenter, okay? Alright, most of you don't really know how John Carpenter, what really was his first movie. You're probably thinking, well, it's got to be something out of the ordinary. It's got to be something that is John Carpenter-ish, but has to have some kind of 70s flair in it, because, I mean, he did Halloween very long ago, in the 70s, the late 70s, so you got to be thinking to yourself, this has got to be an early 70s movie. And if you think that, you are absolutely correct. What I'm going to talk about today is a movie called Dark Star. This was basically John Carpenter's student film that he did. And believe me when I tell you this, that if you saw a first-time showing of Dark Star, you would probably have your jaw absolutely drop to the floor. You would probably be trying to make sense of the whole entire movie, because believe me, it is John Carpenter, but it is the weirdest movie that he has ever done. This movie I can only describe what the plot of the movie is and how the movie kind of unfolds. It's about this crew on a ship that is called the Dark Star, and on board this ship, they are basically exploring the galaxy. Kind of similar to Star Trek, where they're exploring the galaxy and stuff like that. This crew wants to have a great bunch of space adventures and stuff like that without even a hitch, right? Wrong. Alright. Here is where the weirdness gets. Okay, not only does this spaceship have a computer on board, but it is a computer that is almost exactly like Hal. Yeah, it talks to the crew and everything like that. It interacts with the crew. Extremely silly. Very silly. There are parts of it that are extremely funny. There are parts of it that you're just kind of just like, what is this? You know, what am I watching here? And one of those parts is when the crew basically stumbles upon an alien that somehow ludicrously looks like a ball that you would throw around on the beach, only it just looks like an orange covered ball with a bunch of black polka dots on it and stuff like that. If that isn't sitting there making you laugh like hell, the whole entire premise of the movie really is very comical and extremely, extremely weird. But there are good things about Dark Star that kind of basically gives you a foreshadowing of what Carpenter would become. He has great panoramic views that seem to envelop you into the characters. Alright? This film was weird, but I can say one compliment about this film is that it does envelop you. It does. You want to know what the hell happens to this damn crew, because Carpenter has that way of searing you inside of the story. Okay. The next thing is that his slow buildup of basically what would become a premise for the later movie Alien, which this beach ball, you don't see much of it, which is the alien of the movie. You don't really see much of it, but when you do, the film takes on another life. In fact, it almost takes on a life, almost seemingly something out of Jaws, where it builds up to the fact that this alien is slowly stalking these people, and then you have that sense of danger. Then you forget that this beach ball is actually a cheap beach ball that they just bought and pretty much painted or spray painted or whatever the hell it is. You actually believe that these people are actually in danger from this little thing. Alright? Now, this little thing is the cutest little alien you've ever seen. It's just a little beach ball with little feet. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And you're sitting there thinking, why am I buying this movie? But it's from John Carpenter, and the thing of it is that he makes you buy all of it. He makes you buy all of it until the absolutely wacky ending, where the ship blows up at the end, and the absolutely wacky ending where the ship, the ship just blows up at the end, and one of the crew members rides a piece of debris like a surfboard while the dang sun Benson, Arizona comes on and everything like that. That's John Carpenter for you. That's his way of filmmaking, is taking something and making it epic. Being able to make something into something that you've never seen before that's epic. Alright? There's a few filmmakers that can do. One is Stanley Kubrick, one is Ridley Scott. I mean, it's like, that's what John Carpenter's gift is. Because he could turn a little beach ball with feet into something that convinces you that it's going to kill the crew. There's no other filmmaker that can really do that. They could really do that out of something silly like that. And that's John Carpenter's gift, is that he can make you believe that his stories and his characters are real. That's what makes this movie from just seem like a complete failure into something that could become a masterpiece. And for me, the movie is actually damn good. If you sit there and watch it, now you may have to watch it twice, but if you sit there and watch it, the movie does become very much something like out of 2001. Because you get that same type of experience. Now, John Carpenter would go on to make much more expensive fare like Starman, which is absolutely brilliant as well. But Dark Star is by far his weirdest, but his most ambitious film. I will give it that. Alright, thank you for watching my review, and I hope that you have a great holiday. Thank you very much.